Next up is schema detection and table schema evolution. This is one of the most advanced architect exam topic. You should definitely conquer that. This is non-negotiable one. Snowflake provides native capabilities for both identifying the structure of incoming data and automatically adapting table schemas as that data changes over the time. Talk about schema detection. Schema detection allows you to automatically define the column names and data types of the files staged in the cloud storage without any kind of manual inspection. Supported formats are Apache Parquet, Apache Avro, ORC, JSON, and CSV. And the functions which required for schema detection are infer schema. It scans a set of staged files and return the dedicated schema metadata like column name, column data type, nullability, etc. And second is generate column description. It uses the output of the input infer schema to generate the formatted list of column names and types for DDL statements. Third is create table using template. It automatically creates a table structure based on the schema detected by the infer schema. We will see this in action, but you should know that whenever you are working with schema detection, you need to take care of infer schema, generate column description, and create table using template. Next up is table schema evolution. Evolution allows a target table structure to automatically update during data ingestion when new columns are added or constraints need adjustments. It is very simple to implement. You just need to say alter table my table set enable schema evolution is equal to true, and next time whenever the copy into command will run, it will automatically detect the schema evolution and do the needful. Let's see this in action. I will go to my Snowflake, and here I had already written the scripts for schema detection and schema evolution. First thing first, we will create the file format, and once the file format is created, we will create a stage. In stage, we will mention the file format, the URL where I am having the file, and the storage integration which we will be using. Here I am not creating the storage integration because I am reusing the storage integration which I had created in the SnowPipe tutorial. So I will run these two scripts. I will hit run. Perfect. I had created my internal stage. It's the very time to go for schema detection. Okay, for schema detection, we first need infer schema. So infer schema needs two parameter location and the file format. If I just do select star using the infer schema, I should be able to see the schema structure. If you see guys, I got the three columns which is present in my file, the type, the null label one, the expressions, the file name. Okay, how it is getting is because I had already placed a file sample.json inside my S3 bucket, and it had successfully retrieved the data from this sample.json file only. Cool. And next thing, I will create a template as we had just seen in our PPT, create or replace table name, then using template. Then I will pass infer schema parameters using array aggregator and object construct, and I will run these two. I will run this one. And now it had created that template. Okay, till that time it had not loaded any kind of data. Let me show you. If I do select star from raw data, I will only be able to see the DDL, and I will not be able to see any kind of data. See guys, the table is empty because the whole process of creating table using template only creates a template which is my DDL. So once my DDL is created, I need to run the copy into command, and then only I can able to see the data. So let me run my copy into command, and see guys, it had loaded the data and it had loaded the two records. Let's see now our table, and see guys, I am able to see both the records. In my file, I am only having two records, so I am able to see both the records. It's the very time, okay, to load one more file. But before that, I want to show you schema evolution now. In order to do schema evolution, we need to say schema evolution is equal to true. I will hit run, and now I had set my schema evolution as true. Let me go and show you the file. This is my sample JSON file which we had loaded for schema detection. Inside that we was having three columns: ID, name, and role. And this is the new file which I am going to load for showing you schema evolution. Now I had added new column which is location. In sample JSON 1, let me copy paste in that one first. See guys, let me show you now. In sample JSON, which we had loaded for schema detection, we was having 3 columns, but now for schema evolution, I had added one more column with the location Ahmedabad. Let's try to run this out. I will go back to my S3 bucket and I will click on upload. I will add file and I will just upload my sample JSON underscore one file and I will say upload this file. Cool. My file is successfully uploaded. It's the very time that we should also understand schema evolution. The first thing we need to do in order to have a schema evolution is we need to alter the table and set the schema evolution as true. Once this is done, we need to copy into table, okay, using the same copy into command, and I had mentioned my file as sample json1.json. So if I run this one, I should be able to see one record loaded successfully into my raw data, and now total we will be having 3 records. If I just run raw data, I should be seeing 3 records. First are from sample json file and second is from my sample json1 file, and now I am also seeing my location column. This is how you can handle schema drifting inside the Snowflake. You can use schema detection to detect the file schema automatically and create the DDL. If your file columns are changing over the time, use schema evolution to detect the schema drifting and load the data accordingly. This is pretty much about schema detection and schema evolution.